Okay, couple of things about road cases and repeatability. First off, anywhere in the workshop, if you can ever make a jig to help a repeatable process, do it. If you have to do it more than 2 or 3 times, you should stop and make a tool for that. If you're going to cut lots of stuff, which making road cases takes lots of stuff, make sure that you make a recipe, because every time you have to repeat a road case construction, you don't want to have to relearn it each time. So here's a recipe for a single luster road case. Figure out what your flight panel needs are, figure out what your angle needs are, figure out what your lid seal needs are, so that you can count on those measurements and you can pull out the recipe at any time and knock out 2 or 3 cases to get to the next job. And you won't be trying to measure light fixtures or find that road case in the truck to figure out how big it was and how to make another one. Also, whenever you cut holes in cases, like for handles, for instance, here's a handle hole, here's a handle hole. You want to have a way that you don't have to measure and mark the case. So, for example, this handle pattern I cut out of the CNC over there. So it came from there. And basically it's just a rectangle with corners knocked off. And the dimension here is the distance I want the hole to be from the lid seal extrusion. Show you what that looks like. So you want your jig, your hole jig, to be able to locate on some kind of reference of the case so that you don't have to get the tape measure out and find the center of it. Some of my first jigs, I totally did that. I cut them with a jigsaw and I would mark the center point with a Sharpie, and then I would measure the case and I would find the center point and put a dot and line it up. But over the years, it's better if you just make indexable reference surfaces on the pattern itself, so that when you go to cut the hole, you don't have to try and figure out where to put it. And it's okay to make one of these for every model of road case. I've got a double handle here for this case, which would work for any truck pack case that has double handles. Same thing. And your handle or your latch or your lid stay can use the same system. So here's one for latches and lid stays. This one here is for handles. So there's a hole here that's drilled out, and so that hole will be a rivet hole in the future. And that's where you put your screw. Doop. And just screw it to the outside of the case, wood or flight panel, whichever kind of case you're making. And then you can cut your holes. Yeah, so maybe I'll cut one and we'll see what that looks like. So let me set this up here so that you guys can watch. And then we're gonna cut a hole. This is gonna get noisy because I'm gonna use a router, so adjust your volume accordingly. Okay. If you're gonna work with tools that make flying stuff, wear safety glasses. It's totally worth it. Eyeballs are great. Well, I guess that's it. Road case handles. This works for the latches as well. Lid stays. All that stuff. Make a tool, make it repeatable, make it fast. Write on the tool what it's for. Have a system for organizing what types of double angle, what types of lid seal you need to cut, along with what size flight panel pieces, so that you can recreate that recipe in the future. And I got a couple of cases standing up over here. As soon as I get these other ones done, I'll get these lusters out of here. But here's a tall one on its cart, and it's max height for truck pack, which is really tall. And yeah, so they're coming along slowly. Thanks for checking in on the road cases. Okay, bye.